Starting a creative business in 2025 feels different. There's pressure to be everywhere, sell everything, and show up perfectly polished on every platform. But the truth, most of us are figuring it out as we go. This is not a story about overnight success. This is about the becoming, the messy middle, the pivots, and why this year I decided to stop playing small and finally step into being a full-time creative entrepreneur. I've dabbled for years selling on the side, crafting on my free time, posting on socials when I felt inspired, but nearing to the end of 2024, something clicked. It was a realization that I wasn't just being creative, I was actually building a brand. And funny thing is, my brand didn't just start at the end of 2024, it actually started way back in 2019, just a few months shy of the COVID epidemic. However, things took time, and it was because I activated my brand based off of impulse. The truth is, had I not done so, then it would have never ever gotten done. Being a single parent and often working jobs that are 12 hours plus making sure my children receive just as much of me as the job that didn't quite leave room for anything. And fast forward to now, I've learned that building on impulse leads to destruction. So my advice is always remember that a brand, it deserves structure, care, and strategy. And you have to believe in what you're doing, because how else is anybody supposed to believe in it? So the real question is, besides all that, how exactly did I get here? Well, between the evolution of online sales, the power of social media, storytelling, and the rise of personalized shopping experiences, I knew this was the year to go all in, and not just as a hobbyist, but 100% as a small business owner, a visionary, a creative entrepreneur, and of course, newly added, a content creator. And even though I started off with a website, as of right now, I don't have a website. And that was intentional. In fact, I started using WhatsApp Business to manage my orders. And here's why. There's instant communication, safe transactions via PayPal, easy tracking and confirmations. I know there's still hesitation. No website. Is this legit? But I always say it's not about where you sell, it's about how you serve. Whether you're on Shopify, Etsy, Instagram, or WhatsApp, pick what works for your lifestyle and your bandwidth. Growth doesn't have to be loud to be real. Every product I create carries intention, whether it's a pair of resin earrings, a custom tumbler, or a motivational t-shirt. It's designed to uplift, inspire, and joy to someone's day. Being a creative entrepreneur isn't just about selling things, it's about selling stories. And in 2025, customers don't just want a product, they want connection. They want to know who made it, why it was made, and why it matters. This is the part people don't talk about enough. You don't just make products, you film them, you edit them, you write captions, respond to DMs, post consistently, check your emails, and somehow still find time to ship out orders and eat a sandwich. Or, in my case, some rice and peas. But here's the thing. Content is currency. If you want to grow in 2025, content isn't optional, it's essential. You don't have to go viral. You just have to show up. Share and let your audience watch your process, not just your results. In other words, do what I do. So let me give you guys a quick recap on the things that I've done wrong over the years and the things that I'm still recovering from and things I've learned from. And the first thing is I made mistakes. I underpriced my work. I waited too long to start posting consistently. I let comparison steal my joy to an extent. See, the thing that happened to me was I became so consumed in not only the hard work that I was putting in, the sleepless nights, the unlimited hours of what it really looks like to be an entrepreneur. It became a thing where I was putting in a lot of work. I don't deny that. I was going very, 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 very hard. But the truth is, there was other people that were doing the same thing I was doing. And what happened was I started to devalue my progress by evaluating their success. That's the way I'm going to put it. And what that looked like for me was For a long time, I started to be like, wait, I'm doing the same thing this person is doing. I'm pretty certain I'm putting in the same work as they are. I'm being just as consistent as them. Because in the beginning, I was very consistent. I didn't miss a heartbeat. I was doing so much because I started on Instagram. I was constantly searching hashtags. I was constantly looking into the SEO, trying to figure out the algorithm. I was trying to always figure out what works, and it started to, it started to pick up. I did ads, and I had a lot of people viewing my products. But again, because I started off impulse and I was learning as I went, I think, well, not think, I messed up a whole lot, to be honest. When customers were ready for me, I was not ready for them because the amount of customers that was coming in, I didn't prepare myself for that. I was just focused on pushing out. That was one of the things that messed me up. And another thing, like I said, was me focusing on other people's success, right? And by me focusing on their success, I became discouraged over time because the more they grew is the more I looked at my progress and where I was at, and it was the more that I slowed down until I was so burnt out with everything and I gave up. Not entirely, but I gave up on posting consistently, posting at all on many platforms. It was just very overwhelming, although I don't regret it because all of that led me back here, and I've met some beautiful people over here in the YouTube universe, so I don't regret it at all. But, you know, there's always a silver lining, right? So, after each fail was a teacher, and now I price with confidence. I post even when I'm nervous, and I remember myself that the journey is unique and it's worth it. So, if you're watching this wondering if you're too late, let me remind you there's room for your magic too. I currently sell through WhatsApp and I use PayPal. Everything is secure and direct, from $5 earrings to full outfit bundles. There's something in my shop for just about everyone. And all of it is crafted with, of course, love. So for Canadians, shipping is flat rate, and international orders, don't worry about it, even though I go through WhatsApp. I am still a business, so I do have a discount with Canada Post, so you guys are still getting a fair shipping rate. Now let's get back into it, because I want to say this to y'all. Your mindset will make or break your creative business. It's not always your skills, your pricing, or even your audience. It's your belief in your own work. And trust me, that is highly important. I personally had to stop calling myself just a small business, even though I still have that habit. I'm trying my best each day to work out of it. I had to stop saying I'm not a real content creator because, honey, I am a full-on entrepreneur, a creative visionary. You know? And if I want people to believe in what I sell, I have to believe in that first. Every time I do a video, I always like to put in a little positivity. So here is your daily affirmation. I attract aligned clients. My content connects deeply. My brand is building momentum, even when it's quiet. Because when you believe you're already here, the sales start to follow. You know, there's one thing that saved me, and it's having people who get it. Whether it's your kid sharing you on, your bestie sharing your post, or even a kind stranger in your DMs, or the small community you're already building. Because community, it does matter. But let me be honest, so do boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your creative energy. That means saying no to unfair collabs, and I can't stress that enough. Saying not right now when you're burnt out, and saying yes to rest, even when hustle culture says keep pushing. You can serve your audience and protect your peace. That's the balance we're learning in 2025. And don't get me wrong, I'm far from perfect, but I've been getting better at systems, and baby, they surely do save. And here's a few tools that works for me. I have a digital planner, Notion to track launches and posts, a reusable content calendar for reels and shorts. You guys see that often when I post sometimes. I batch creating product shots when I'm in a creative mood. Using folders on my phone, posted / ready to post, needs, edits. Like, that's how I categorize my stuff. And don't wait until you're overwhelmed to get organized. Your future self will thank you, because trust me, if you wait for that moment, it's even more overwhelming. Trust me. Here's a hard truth, and this is one I had to accept. Growth can be slow, extremely slow, like molasses slow. But guess what? It still counts. You're still learning, still earning, still planting seeds. And in a world where people are chasing virality, you're building sustainability. The followers might trickle in, the sales might take time, but when it sticks, it does stick. And your tribe will find you. You just have to keep showing up until they do. One of the greatest powers of being a creative entrepreneur, do you want to know? You get to reinvent. Your brand isn't stuck. You can switch up your vibe. You can test a new product, go from earrings to hoodies to planners and back again. You can scrap the whole thing and start all over. There's no rule book here. If something no longer lights you up, pause, pivot, reinvent in 2025. People crave authenticity. So if your evolution is real, your audience will grow with you. As per usual, thank you for vibing with me. Let me know in the comments what part of your creative business you're focusing on this year. What's one thing you've learned as a creator or entrepreneur that nobody told you? And if you're ready to stop playing small, drop a star in the chat. This year, we're claiming it all. And if the next few videos, I look the same, dress the same, mind your business. What do? We batch create. So, if you have that type of energy to be switching up 1,000 outfits, go right on ahead. However, I don't really see the difference. So I will be batch creating today because I feel great. And I'm going to put in that work. So until then, I'll catch y'all later, Novelty fam. Keep dreaming, stay fly, and let's continue to build the life we love. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.